Connecticut's #1 local news. This is Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
First at 7, for the first time in years, the U.S. could soon see some major changes when it comes to gun control. On Sunday, Senate negotiators announced the framework for new gun laws. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Caitlin Francis. This time it appears to have enough votes to pass the Senate perhaps within weeks. Channel 3 Eyewitness News reporter Marcy Jones has more on what it includes.
After another deadly weekend in America with shootings reported in cities across the nation, there could be a major breakthrough on new gun legislation. Senators who support the new bipartisan framework say they're hopeful a bill created from it could pass. Focus remains on issues like mental health, school safety, and illegal gun purchases. The plan also helps states create and implement red flag laws, the goal being to keep guns out of the hands of anyone who poses a threat to themselves or others. 20 senators signed a statement expressing support for the bill, including 10 Republican senators, and that's enough to override a filibuster. Meanwhile, reactions have been pouring in from both sides of the aisle.
I'm cautiously optimistic that we can get this passed out of the Senate in about the next 2 weeks before early July.
This is substantially more than we've seen in decades from Congress. Is this everything that I want? Definitely not, but it is something.
Marcy Jones, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
All right, thanks, Marcy. Let's take a look at the forecast. We are talking about a dry early warning dual pole radar, the only live Doppler radar in Connecticut. We had some storms overnight, especially in northeast and southeast Connecticut, where we picked up over 2 inches of rain in Tolland and in parts of New London County. So you guys got the jackpot. Beneficial rain just pretty much across the state. As you can see, the storm's moving through. This is over the past 6 hours, so it takes us back to about 1 a.m. And you can see the showers and thunderstorms that materialized over portions of southeast and northeast Connecticut, even along the Long Island Sound. And now it's pouring out over the Cape and Islands there. They've got lightning and thunder to deal with this morning, but not for us. We are in the clear and good to go. Now, later this afternoon, there's just an opportunity for a spot shower or thunderstorm, but most towns stay dry. And that is according to early warning futurecast. Tomorrow's weather today shows us right around 2, 3 o'clock. You see a little spot shower developing. All right, so we're just going to ask you to keep your eyes to the skies, and if they start to look a little dark, you make sure you want to head indoors. But for the most part, everybody remains partly to mostly sunny with just an isolated shower opportunity this afternoon. Tomorrow is a lovely day, dry from beginning to end, looks absolutely delightful, and most of Wednesday looks pretty good as well. Here are some of our eye cams. We're starting to dry out. New Haven, 70 degrees, beautiful. A little bit of fog there at Bradley. We were down to a half a mile, and we're still dealing with that fog at Bradley. So you got to exercise caution, okay, in that part of the state. 67 amazing degrees. Now you go to Torrington. It looks like a great summer day, right, already, with blue skies, lots of sunshine, and the roads are drying out nicely. And here's Waterbury, a little bit more of the way, a little bit of cloud coverage out there, but the sun is trying to make its way through, and it will continue to prevail. All right, Old Saybrook, absolutely gorgeous this morning. There's Nicole's yacht getting ready for another busy day, and we are taking a look at temperatures out there. 70 degrees in New Haven. Typical overnight low is about 57. So we are substantially better than that, but you'll also notice the dew points rivaling those temperatures, which means relative humidity is cranking this morning. It's a humid start. And we're up anywhere from 4 to 11 degrees warmer than 24 hours ago. So that's some good news. If you like the summer-like warmth, today is the day. Winds are calm for the most part. They'll be picking up out of the northwest today, 5 to 15 miles an hour. Maybe a gust to 20, 21 miles an hour later on this afternoon. But here comes this afternoon, hour by hour. We're talking about temperatures pushing into the mid-80s. It's going to be a nice warm day today, more of the same for the immediate shoreline, just a degree or two cooler there, but lovely with partly to mostly sunny skies. Once again, there goes the rain. We are taking a look at a pretty dry pattern now, which is good news. And again, early warning futurecast, tomorrow's weather today. Right around 2, 3 o'clock this afternoon, even through 5, we see some spots of green, so maybe a passing shower. But again, most towns stay dry today. Daytime highs climb into the mid-80s, partly to mostly sunny. And your 7-day forecast includes a pretty good weather pattern here. The next chance for some stronger storms appears on Friday with lightning and thunder. We'll certainly keep you posted about that. In the meantime, Saturday and Sunday for Father's Day weekend looking good. 7:05, that's a check of your early warning forecast. Kate, we'll send it back to you.
All right, thanks, Scott. The House Select Committee investigating the January 6th attack on the U.S. Capitol begins its second day of hearings later this morning. The hearing is expected to focus on former President Trump's efforts to spread lies about the election being stolen and follows last week's primetime debut. Channel 3's Nick Calloway has a closer look at what we can expect today.
The January 6th Select Committee is ready for round 2 of hearings looking into the attack on the U.S. Capitol. Panel members say they found enough evidence for the Justice Department to weigh a potential unprecedented criminal indictment against former President Trump for trying to overturn the 2020 election results.
Ultimately, once the evidence is accumulated by the Justice Department, it needs to make a decision about whether it can prove to a jury beyond a reasonable doubt the president's guilt or anyone else's. But they need to be investigated if there's credible evidence, which I think there is.
Representative Adam Kinzinger, one of 2 Republicans on the 9-member panel, says the hearings should serve as a warning.
If we have people in power, whether it's in politics or law enforcement or the military, if we have any people that are unwilling to put their oath above any loyalty to a person, no law matters.
The hearings, which are expected to run through June, kicked off in prime time on Thursday.
January 6th was the culmination of an attempted coup.
A Capitol police officer who suffered a concussion in the deadly riot called it a war scene.
It was carnage. It was chaos.
President Trump's 2020 campaign manager, Bill Stepien, is among those scheduled to testify as the panel focuses today's hearing on Mr. Trump's efforts to spread unsubstantiated claims of election fraud. Nick Calloway, CBS News, New York.
And happening today, the calls for an end to big oil price gouging are growing louder. Senator Richard Blumenthal will be at a gas station in Danbury later this morning pushing for federal action to lower gas prices across the U.S. Here's where things stand right now. According to the AAA, the national average for a gallon of regular gas is $5.01. In Connecticut, we're just below that with an average of $4.98. With the cost of gas soaring, we want to help you save some money, so you can check out the Pump Patrol for a real-time list of the top 10 lowest gas prices across the state. You can find all that information up on the Channel 3 app or WFSB.com. Thanks so much for tuning in here to Eyewitness News. Remember, you can get your news and weather updates anytime on the Channel 3 app. Have a great day, everybody.